Good morning everyone. Last time we have discussed about the homogeneous catalysis and its theory, that is the intermediate theory for the catalysis. And there we have said that there is an intermediate which is formed during a chemical reaction by the combination of the substrate and catalyst, and which provides an intermediate position, that is in between reactant and the main intermediate, and as a result the reaction proceeds in two different steps, and these are the two different steps helps in increasing the rate of reaction. So we can say that the rate of reaction is dependent on the intermediate formation or the energy difference in between reactant intermediate prepared by the catalyst substrate combination and the main intermediate. But that law was not capable to explain the action of catalytic promoter and the action of the catalytic poison. So how the catalytic promoter and catalytic poison is working, that cannot be explained. Then first, what are the catalytic promoter and catalytic poisons? When we talk about the catalytic promoter and catalytic poison, then the promoters are those of the substances which without directly interacting with the reactant or catalyst alters the rate of reaction, enhances the rate of reaction actually. Then they are the promoter. They are not catalyst and neither they are interacting directly with the reactant. They are the substances which interact with the catalyst, which promotes the action of the catalyst. Then how the promoter acts on any of the catalyst, it cannot be explained on the basis of the intermediate theory of the catalysis, and so the theory is limited only in homogeneous catalysis, where the liquid catalyst generally works, or the catalyst which is liquid or gaseous, they works. Now we are talking about the heterogeneous catalysis, and the heterogeneous catalysis works on the theorem of the adsorption. So here we are seeing the heterogeneous catalysis or the adsorption theory of the catalysis. So here heterogeneous catalysis can be explained on the basis of the adsorption theory. If this is the reactant A plus B and this is the catalyst, these are the atoms. You can see that the atoms have attraction forces for the neighboring atoms, and these are the atoms which are inside the lattice. They are covered by different atoms, so they have no any free valency. But all those of the atoms which are on the surface have free valency, that is these are the valency which are called free valency or active sites. Then they have the active sites which are actually responsible for the process of adsorption. Now this A and B, that is the reactant, will adsorb on the surface of the adsorbent, and when they will adsorb, they will form adsorption intermediate. They are adsorbed on the surface. Now after adsorption they will interact with each other, and after interaction they can combine with each other and the process will become easier for their combination. Now A is combined with B, forming compound AB, and in the last step the desorption will take place, and due to the desorption the compound AB will come out from the system, forming product AB, and catalyst will be free for the further reaction. So how the rate of reaction increases with the help of this one? Just note this, and then we are going to explain about the increase in rate of reaction. Why on the basis of this one increase in rate of reaction is taking place. Here we are seeing the energy proceeding graph. This axis is suggesting the energy and the proceeding of reaction. Now in this reaction, this is the reactant which turns in the form of intermediate, which finally converts in the form of the product. This is the general proceeding of any reaction. And the energy gap in between these two, that is the reactant and intermediate, is called energy of activation. This whole thing is taking place in absence of any of the catalyst. But when the catalyst comes in act, then what? What happens? How the catalyst is increasing the rate of reaction? What happens actually? The adsorption takes place, and after adsorption, the energy of the reactant, especially the substrate, increases. And when the energy of substrate increases, the energy of the reactant behaves like this much. Now your graph will appear like this one. This is the energy gap which is filled by the catalyst due to the process of the adsorption. And now when you will see the energy of activation, that decreases. This is the energy of activation after catalyst or after adsorption. And now due to the decrease in activation energy, the rate of reaction becomes greater, the chances of reaction becomes greater, and in this way reaction proceeds rapidly. And this is the adsorption theory of the catalyst. That means the adsorption is responsible to enhance the energy of the system, to enhance the energy of the reactant, which increases the rate of reaction. So it is the adsorption which is responsible for that specific function. The last one, that is the intermediate theory, was also suggesting the same. That was also saying that by chemical reaction we are getting that intermediate, and that intermediate is responsible to increase the rate of reaction, that intermediate is responsible to decrease the activation energy, and because of which we are increasing the reaction is increasing the rate of reaction. But problem was the action of promoter and poison. Then whether we can explain the action of promoter and poison with the help of this adsorption theory? Surely we can. Then how we can explain the action of promoter as well as the action of poison on these of the substances we are seeing here? Then now we are seeing that how the catalytic promoter acts with the help of the adsorption theory. First, how the desorption takes place and how the reaction proceeds with the help of the catalyst. Actually, when adsorption takes place, for being a good catalyst, it is very important that the rate of adsorption as well as the rate of desorption must be good. अब ऐसा दोनों ना हो, if the rate of adsorption or rate of desorption any one of that is slow, then the rate of reaction will be slower or the rate of catalysis will be slower. So after adsorbing, when the product is formed, the reactant interacted with each other and they form the product. Then after the formation of product, the desorption will take place, which makes the surface of catalyst free. And in the process of making the surface free, it takes some time, few seconds, few minutes, whatever it is, that depends upon the nature of the catalyst. Let's consider that it takes 10 seconds for that removal. Then we are taking that this is the catalyst and this is the product which needs 10 seconds for their removal. Then how the promoter acts? The promoter approaches on the side, because that is a good adsorbing agent, so that adsorb on that position instead of the product. And how can that promoter can adsorb? By removing the product. Okay, product is removed, but even though the catalyst is not free, catalyst अभी भी वैसे ही occupied है जैसे पहले occupied था, but promoters are very good adsorbing as well as desorbing agent. तो जितना जल्दी से आके adsorb होगा उतनी ही जल्दी से desorb भी हो जाएगा. And if that happens, then what? the promoter adsorb on the surface by removing the product and again that dissolve from the surface. Now what's about the catalyst? The surface of catalyst is free for the further catalysis. Then how whether the rate of reaction increases or not? We are again taking the same value. I have said that if the time for the desorption is 10 seconds, that means after preparation of product it needs 10 seconds for their removal. And if promoter approaches on the system and removes that product within 2 seconds, that means in that 10 seconds in which only one molecule was removed from the surface, now 5 molecules will be removed from the surface, and surely the rate of reaction, the rate of catalysis will become faster. If we are going to take some daily life example, consider there is a doctor and he see those of the patients who are senior citizens. सीनियर सिटीजन्स को बहुत सारे डिजीज होते हैं, कभी उन्हें फीवर होता है, कभी उन्हें जॉइंट पेन होता है, कभी स्टमक पेन होता है, और भी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं. विद एज ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स आने लगती हैं. अब पेशेंट डॉक्टर के पास गया. कंसीडर दैट स्पेसिफिक डॉक्टर इज आई स्पेशलिस्ट. उस सीनियर सिटीजन ने वहाँ पे कहा कि सर माई आईज आर नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपरली, और जो भी उसे प्रॉब्लम था उसने उसे एक्सप्लेन किया. डॉक्टर ने उसके लिए क्योर किया, उसको मेडिसिन लिखा. मेडिसिन लिखने में लगते हैं, मान लिया कि 5 मिनट लगते हैं. बट नाउ दैट पर्सन, दैट पेशेंट स्टार्ट्स एक्सप्लेनिंग देयर अदर प्रॉब्लम्स. सर आई हैव जॉइंट पेन, आई हैव स्टमक पेन, आई हैव हेडेक एंड सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स. दैट डॉक्टर इज नॉट right person to cure those of the disease, so he is not taking that seriously. But in the process of explaining all of those of the things, if it takes 20 minutes, then 5 minutes was essential 5 minutes which was needed for the cure of the eyes, but the remaining 20 minutes are just the waste of time of that doctor. Now this is the general condition of the catalysis. Now like promoter, if a person is there, the assistant of doctor, what he will do? After that 5 minutes, he will just take that person out of the cabin of doctor by explaining, sir, this doctor is not the right person to hear your problems, to solve your problems. अब क्या हुआ? Instead of those 25 minutes, 5 minutes for the cure of eyes plus 20 extra minutes, instead of those 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it takes just 5 minutes with a person. So in that 25 minutes, doctor was involved with a single patient, or he solved the problem of just a single patient. But now with the help of that person, the assistant, he is capable to cure 5 patients within that specific time. That means the rate of reaction increases by 5 times. Similarly, the promoter acts that removes the product from the surface of the catalyst and increases the rate of reaction, the rate of catalysis actually. Then this is the action of the promoter. But how the poison acts? Now we can see the action of catalytic poison. Now here we are seeing the action of catalytic poison. When we talked about the adsorption of the reactant product or the adsorption of the promoter, what type of adsorption that was? Because the process was reversible, because they were desorbing, that means that was a physiosorption, physical adsorption. Now in the case of catalytic poison, they adsorb on these of the active sites, and the type of adsorption in the case of chemosorption is not, in the case of the catalytic poison is not the physical adsorption, it is chemical adsorption. And if the chemical adsorption of these of the poisons takes place, then what? Whether any of the side of the catalyst is free? No. And if the catalyst site is not free, how the catalyst will catalyze the reaction? And because of the chemosorption, the poison is not going to leave the site. ना वो साइट छोड़ने वाला है और ना ही फर्दर कैटलिसिस होने वाला है. एंड सच टाइप ऑफ सब्सटेंसेज आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू किल द कैटलिटिक प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द catalyst. Then this was the action of the catalytic promoter and catalytic poison. The third main problem with the intermediate theory was how any of the catalyst is very much specific towards their reactant and other substances. Then how reactant is specified towards the catalyst, or how any catalyst is specified towards the reactant, that we will explain on the basis of the enzyme theory, enzyme catalysis, that is the key log theory, in the next video. Till then, bye, have a nice day. Thank you.